Hey, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy Rhino here. This is SBN, Sports Bash Nation. Now, as the Bears enter the biggest offseason in team history, we look forward to the draft. One position I think the Bears really need to invest in is the offensive line. I'm tired of the Bears going cheap on the line. You wonder why we haven't been good in a while, and it's pretty obvious we haven't had a Pro Bowl level offensive lineman since Kyle Long. I mean, look at the best teams in the NFL. The Chiefs, Cleveland, Baltimore, Detroit, Dallas, Philly, and even Green Bay, they have great offensive lines. And until we invest heavy in the trenches, we're not going to get to where we want to go. It doesn't matter who it is at quarterback. Now, I think Ryan Poles understands that. Being a former offensive lineman himself, I mean, you look at last year taking Darnell Wright in the first round. That was a great move. We're set at right tackle, but we certainly need help at center, guard, and even potentially at left tackle. Now, the good news is this is the best draft for offensive linemen in recent memory. There are plenty of plug-and-play pieces all along the offensive line. I think the top 4 tackles in this draft could have easily been the top tackle taken in last year's draft. This draft is that deep. And it's not only on the offensive line. This draft is deep at pretty much every position. The top 10 picks in this draft could easily all be offensive. 3 quarterbacks, 3 wide receivers, 3 offensive linemen, and a tight end. And that's not to say that there's no top 10 talent on defense, because there is top 10 talent on defense. This draft is just that deep. So I have come up with what I believe are the top 5 tackles and the top 5 interior linemen in the draft. I'll cover the top 5 tackles in this video and the top 5 interior offensive linemen in my next video. Now, my number 1 tackle is Joe Alt from Notre Dame. Another great tackle from Notre Dame. Towering 6'8", 322-pound frame with impressive length. He has all the tools, the length, the size, and athleticism to be a premier left tackle in the NFL. He's an explosive athlete with tremendous foot speed. He's smooth and disciplined with his footwork, combative with his hands. He has a powerful punch, a very refined technique, and has that nastiness in the run game you look for in an offensive lineman. He's a plug-and-play all-pro tackle from day one. I would love for him to be a Bear, but I expect us to move back a spot or 2 and take Marvin Harrison Jr. And Joe Alt will certainly be taken top 5. But he's the best tackle in this draft. Now, my second ranked tackle is Olu Fashanu, Penn State. Fashanu is a 6'6", 320-pound brick wall. He's quick out of his stance. He runs a 5-flat 40, very balanced, low stance, which is ideal for a left tackle. Did not give up a single sack in over 600 passing snaps in over 2 years as a starter. He has the movement skills and length to thrive on an island, a potent inside hand to disrupt pass rushers. He's quick out of his stance, is a run blocker, getting to his spot. He's a high character guy. Probably would have been the first tackle taken last year, but he decided to come back and finish school. He volunteers at homeless shelters. He does lack that nastiness you want in a lineman, which is a little troubling to me and why he's not ranked ahead of Joe Alt, but he is a top 5 talent and will probably go somewhere between 5 and 10. If he's sitting there at 9, I would take him in a heartbeat. Now, my third ranked tackle is Tailisi Fuaga from Oregon State. He's 6'6", 334 pounds, absolute mauler in the run game. He's the best road grader in the draft. His excellent athleticism and length allows him to excel in pass protection well. Fully filled frame for the NFL. He plays with a nasty demeanor. He plays through the whistle, which is why I absolutely love him. He has a heavy hand that just stuns defenders. He gets out in space and just mauls guys. And he shook away any concern scouts may have had about his pass protection at the Senior Bowl, where he just dominated guys. He was one of the big winners at the Senior Bowl. Even though he's projected at right tackle, we could plug him in at right guard. He'd be the best right guard in the league. If the Bears could move back somewhere in the middle of the first round, move back from that 9 spot and snatch him up, I would love that move. I wouldn't even mind the Bears taking him at 9. He's that good. He's a top 10 talent, and he's going to go somewhere in the top 15. My 4th ranked tackle is J.C. Latham, Alabama, 6'6", 335 pounds, elite pass protector, blue chip prospect, plug and play left tackle from day one with Pro Bowl potential. He has the right size and he just moves people on the ground. Smooth, patient, and disciplined blocker with amazing grip strength when he anchors. He's a high energy player with all the nastiness that you want out of an offensive lineman. And he's only going to be 21 years old during his rookie year. He's played at guard as well. J.C. Latham is a top 10 talent who I expect somewhere to go somewhere between 10 and 20 in the draft. And my 5th ranked tackle is Amarius Mims from Georgia. Georgia. He has the size, frame, and movement skills of a top 5 pick. He reaches his mark as a puller. He hunts and flattens linebackers in space. He shows flashes in run protection. He can handle double teams. He only has 8 starts and 803 snaps played in college, so the experience is limited, but he has flashed massive potential, as he only allowed 7 pressures and 0 sacks on 402 pass blocks in college. He's a mid-first rounder, probably somewhere between 15 and 25. And those are the top 5 offensive tackles I got on my board. There's still some serious talent to be had at tackle in the second and maybe even the third rounds. Guys like Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma, he just had a monster Senior Bowl. He might be a late first round pick after that, but I got him early second round. Another guy like Jordan Morgan from Arizona, who I've had in a previous mock draft, and a guy like Patrick Paul from Texas. He's 6'7", he's a monster of a guy. Still a little unrefined in his technique, but I think that he can go somewhere maybe even in the top 50, maybe mid to back end of the second round. So those are my guys at tackle. What do you guys think? What tackle would you like the Bears to draft? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video when I go over the top 5 interior offensive linemen in the draft. And as always, you guys stay blessed. In peace. In peace. In peace.